could be one thing that I would say it's important. Probably say to be friends with your teachers. Maybe. It just depends. Hi lovelies and hello, greetings, it's Jacqueline. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So lovelies, if you can already tell by the title of this video, today I will be doing a things I learned in high school video, which is a little different from other kinds of videos that I do on my channel, but I wanted to try it just to see if I can in any way, shape or form help other current high school students or soon to be high school students who have a really good and smooth transition into high school or probably out of high school in case you're graduating this year or anytime soon. But anyways, I think that is enough said. So with all that stated clear and put on the table, let me just zip it, lock it, put it in my pocket, and let's get started with today's things that I learned in high school video in 3, 2, 1. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I have a little clipboard where I jotted down every single thing that I'm gonna say in this video. So if you see me looking down, then that's the reason why I'm looking down and not at the camera, not at all of you lovelies. But yes, first off, try new things. I think that it is important coming into high school to try things that you're probably not comfortable with. We're speaking about a variety of things. You can try a new sport, you could try and join a new club, maybe learn a new language, you never know. The variety of things that you can be able to learn are humongous. You can learn a lot of new things. You can learn about coding, you can learn about, like I said, a new language, you can learn a new skill, whatever you can come up with. At the end of the day, it is something new that you're learning, and who knows, it might benefit you in any way, shape or form, and you might end up using it in your future career. You never know. Number 2, relationships with your teachers. I don't know about you lovelies, but I personally in high school had such a strong relationship with my teachers. It might be a little sad to say, but I think I was more friends with my teachers than I was with my actual classmates. And if you went to my high school, then you could probably already know what I'm speaking about. I was better friends with my teachers than I was with my own classmates, unfortunately. I was not good at getting along with my classmates because of certain conflicts that I had all throughout high school. But if you want to hear a little bit more about that story, I can definitely do a story time with things that happened to me in high school. In case you are all interested, let me know down in the comments below, and I can definitely film that video for all of you, my wonderful lovelies. Moving on to number 3, get involved. Definitely one of the things that is the most important about high school would be getting involved, not only with your academic stuff but also with outside of academics. I definitely think that nowadays colleges or post-secondary decisions besides college are looking at skills more than just academics. And what I mean by that is, long story short, I'm not sure if I've said this in my channel, and I believe I have said it a couple times. I am a student at Columbia College, Chicago, and based on statistics, which I'm gonna leave a little bit of a screen share on this side of the screen, Columbia is a very expensive liberal arts college in Chicago, and unfortunately not a lot of people can afford to attend that college. Now you may be wondering how did I get into this school? Well, there is more than obviously something called scholarships and grants. So yes, I was lucky enough to receive various scholarships and grants, which luckily covers now all of my tuition and along with other things. So I was lucky to receive the scholarships, and definitely I can tell you all right off the bat right now, lovelies, it was not because of my grades. I could say that right now. I am not the top student in my class, nor I ever was in any of my 4 years of high school. And that idea of only the top students get scholarships, that's a boundary broken by me, as an example. Because believe it or not, like I said, I was not a top student in any of my 4 years of high school. I was in the middle, average student, and I don't have to pay anything out of pocket right now, nor have I had to pay anything out of pocket throughout the last couple of years that I'm in college. Currently, this upcoming fall, I'm going to be a junior in college, so I guess I got lucky. Anyways, moving on to number 4. Prom. It is not the best thing ever. Believe me. There can definitely be so many more things than prom. In college, it's gonna be a lot more freedom. It's gonna be a little bit more about you and learning how to be independent, learning how to take care of yourself, learning how to probably stress a little bit when it comes to classes and academics and those 2 areas of college. But prom, it's just another fancy word. I think prom is just another way of saying a dance in a fancy style. You get to dress up in awesome gown dresses and guys in suits and whatnot, but it's not. Prom is just another way of saying a fancy dance with pretty gownful dresses and suits and whatnot, but nothing special about it. Not saying that my prom wasn't nice. It was nice. I can definitely not say the opposite, because it was really nice. I definitely loved it, but it's just a dance. That's all it is. So moving on, number 5. Pictures, videos. If you are a YouTuber, vlogs, even if you're not a YouTuber, take pictures, record videos. You're gonna want to keep those memories. I unfortunately did not take as many pictures and as many videos as I would have loved, and I regret it now. I don't have as many pictures. I do have the picture of me and my prom dress, which I can definitely put it on this side of the screen for all of you to see. But yes, I have a very limited amount of pictures back when I was in high school, and I regret it, like I said earlier. Yeah, don't make that mistake. Alright, number 6. Coffee. If you don't already drink coffee, I suggest you start drinking coffee, because you're definitely gonna need it in college. If you're attending college, even just in life overall, you're gonna need coffee. I personally did not start drinking coffee until I started college, and it was a big hit on me, because I was not used to drinking coffee. I was not used to having to rely on coffee, and it was a big transition for me, but now I have gotten very used to it, and coffee just forms a part of my daily life. I try to not drink coffee every single day, rather a few times per week, but if I have to, then I have to. There's nothing wrong with that. If you can try and start drinking coffee, I suggest you definitely do. Number 7, be a good role model for younger siblings. If you have younger siblings, definitely take benefit of this time, not only in high school but also in college, especially if you're an older sibling or you're the oldest. Definitely your younger siblings look up to you as a role model. So no pressure, but do definitely try your best to be good. Be a good role model for your younger siblings. Number 9, again, your teachers. Believe it or not, I know back in high school, that it was so easy, especially senior year. It was so easy for me to choose who I wanted to have a letter of recommendation written from. The relationship I had with my teachers was so close that it was not a difficult choice for me. But on the other hand, for those classmates of mine who did not have a strong connection with their teachers, it was a little more difficult for them, more challenging. Because at the end of the day, those letters of recommendation not only reflect on how you are as a student academically, but also how you are as a person outside of the classroom. And if your teachers don't know you a little bit, even a tiny little bit outside of the classroom, ouch, it's gonna be a little bit difficult to write a letter of recommendation like that. And definitely if you want to get into a good school, or if you want to go into the work field or things like that, definitely a good letter of recommendation would stand out from any other applicant out there, and it's in your own benefit. That's all I can say. Number 10, again, like I said in the first one, try something new, learn something new. Definitely back when I was in high school, I did learn a few things. I learned how to boost up those skills in time management. Luckily, in my senior year of high school, I was a part of this program called Urban Alliance, which is a senior year long internship that I was lucky to be a part of, where I received employment again throughout my entire senior year, and it was a big benefit to start working my senior year of high school with no experience at all. Before that, I did not work, and going to my senior year and starting to work, it definitely looked really good on my college applications, but it also looked really good on my resume. And for that reason, my freshman year of high school, only being a freshman, I was able to get my first campus employment, along with internships as well. So if you are in Chicago and if your high school has the program called Urban Alliance, definitely check it out. It's to your own benefit. It will change your life. It drastically changed mine, and I'm super thankful to Urban Alliance for the opportunity. Be on the lookout for that. Number 11, gossip. Listen to the gossip, but don't spread it. I think that when it comes to gossip, many times it could be a super small gossip, but many times it could turn into something bigger just because people keep on spreading it and spreading it and spreading it, making something that started so small into something big. So, number one tip for all of you lovelies, if you hear your gossip, just listen, but don't spread it. Definitely, really important. Number 12, do not beat yourself up. I will repeat that again. Do not beat yourself up. A C in your history class, a B minus on an exam is not the end of the world. Definitely, and it's in my case too. I was an A's, B's, and C's student, average student, middle-ish of the class, and yet still I was lucky enough to receive scholarships which now pay for all of my college finance, for all of the costs of me going to college. So learn it from me. You don't definitely need to be a straight A's and B's student to get into a good college. Number 13, never aim for perfection. One of the things that I learned definitely in high school was this thing about perfection. There is no such thing as that. There is no such thing as the perfect student or the perfect athlete or the best, whatever you want to call it. There's a huge category of things that I could think of that exist, but I can't think of it right now, this moment. But there's a lot of things, definitely a lot of things, and you don't necessarily need to be perfect. As long as you're trying, I think that's important. And it might seem a little cliche, it might sound too repetitive, but perfection I'm sorry, but that's not a thing. Number 14, friends. Your true friends will show up and will be there for you. And those who are not true friends to you, they're gonna end up leaving. And that is something I learned really harshly, but I learned. And that is all I'm gonna say about that, because it is such a long story of my experience when it comes to friendships. And if you lovelies are interested, I can definitely do a story time about that. But besides what was said earlier, that's all I'm gonna say about it. Finally, last but not least, number 15, passion. Do things that will help you out in the future. Definitely, I would say out of all students in my graduating class, I was the most involved. I was the captain of the poetry team my junior year of high school. I was a part of my school's drama club, which I mentioned in another video, and I will leave it down linked in the description below, so you can get to watch that other video and where I speak a little bit more about that. I was a part of Urban Alliance, like I said earlier in this video, my senior year. I was involved in the writing center that we had started. I believe we started our junior year. Well, my junior year of high school was when I started to form a part of this writing center. And there's so many other things that I was involved in, which I cannot remember because it was a lot. It was a lot. Definitely be passionate about things that you're passionate about. Explore new things. For example, with me, video editing. That's something I never imagined myself doing. And it sounds so complicated, but it is beneficial at the end of the day. Get out of your comfort zone. It's also important. I think that it's beneficial for you. Especially, like I mentioned earlier, I was a part of my poetry team. I never imagined myself having the courage to stand up and perform a piece of poetry on stage. And now, after 6 years, I still do it. I still perform on stage my poetry and my writing. And that was a huge lesson that I learned in high school. Having the courage to be out of your comfort zone, to come out of that little box that you hide inside by yourself. I think it's important. Those are the 15 things that I learned in high school. And yes, lovelies, definitely let me know if you're interested in seeing a part 2 to this video. But that is what and so lovelies, that is all for today's things that I learned in high school video. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, please make sure that you do follow me on other social media platforms. You can find me at x3_Jacqueline on Instagram, and you can also find me at x3_Jacqueline on TikTok for more exclusive content and just to continue seeing me on other social media platforms. Lovelies, as always, be yourself, be authentic, keep smiling, and lovelies, I will see all of you pretty soon in my next